Hello. So, um, yeah, this is the next video that I wanted to make. So, now that the 17 to the 18 has passed, but actually there are a lot more clues as to pointing still on August as the time of the possible time of the Passover. And remember how I've explained to stay within the sabbatical code. So with the God's clock I've updated to version 5.4, and this is it's actually a reiteration of the clock that I've showed in the past. It added a lot more data and details to the clock, and say I made some buttons over the corner, and so actually I wanted to show well, the sabbatical code, it shows once again that right now we're in the Hebrew year 5777. That's actually the combination 2016 and 2017, and that's actually, as I explained before, in the sabbatical code, because 2016 and 2017 together, by the method of God's clock, makes up 77762 for the sevens. Say back in 2008, there was another sabbatical code occurred in the 29th of Elul, just around the time of Rosh Hashanah, and whereas the code 77762 for the 7 occurred again in 2008, is actually in the same family of 2017. Well, I explained before, the God's clock goes by the golden rule of 3, and if you go by 2008, you can just go by 3, just to let the 2017 is actually the same family. And when I say it's the same family, it means that it could be mirrored, it could be equalized together at the same time, and how the God's clock, it's not like goes by the timing of our, like as in like linear, like kind of like a straight kind of thing, because it could just mirror back and forth, going to and fro, and it's not like straight in a line. But anyways, also another sabbatical code is that back in 2016, right now we're actually walking simultaneously of 2016 and 2017 together, and it must be together at the same time, and it could be done this way because we're still in the year 5777. And back in October 2016, that was the Rosh Hashanah, the transition of the Hebrew year 57762 5777, and that's actually another sabbatical code at the end where it's 627 during that time of October 2016. So because of that, is also mirroring to the October 2017. In relation to the sabbatical code. So right now, just hiding in sabbatical code and getting to the country's highlight. Well, I actually wanted to explain about the country's highlight and how important it is when the God's clock is superimposed with the map behind it. And there is definitely a meaning, a specific direction towards a specific particular geographical location. So, what I've been trying to target actually, well, I could see that Egypt on the corner. I think I've explained that before because Egypt represent the world, and Israel represent, it's like, um, children of God, and Egypt is like representing the world. And ironically, and I don't think it's by coincidence that it's a square, exactly in the four quadrant, because there are four quadrants of the clock. We have 4 seasons, and this quadrant of Egypt is actually the four quadrant. So knowing that autumn or fall is actually a season, but we could also see that as like literally as a fall kind of thing, like the fall of man or fall of the world. But today, my main focus is not on this. My main focus, I wanted to talk about Norway. Norway, as we know, is the home of the Northern Lights, and it's where the skies. It's actually a cosmic marker. I believe a cosmic marker is to Matthew 16, around the time of six seal, around the time of 3 days of darkness, and around the time of the first call transformation. And during that time, because the complex event is gonna come soon, it's gonna be, according to Matthew 16, the skies will be red. And say it's about the sky, and it's about, and it actually echoes back to Norway, because Norway is a very special country where you can see the northern lights, the green lights especially, and other lights in the sky is actually representing, I do believe, symbolizing the cosmic event that is coming. Say this country is interesting because it's pretty lengthy. It goes towards 11 o'clock, but not only 11 o'clock, but it's also like go towards, it stops at like a certain position, and it actually hits towards the line of the 26th of that 11th month. So it's interesting, ironically, because later I will show as to why the 26th seems to be very important in regards to the November or Shivat, the 11th month. And I just wanted to say that even though it's pointing to that month, 11th month, right now is August, but they're in the same family. So that's how I wanted to show, because there's the first cross. So it's in the same family. 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock together at the same time. You could equalize back and forth, but this is the other family I actually want to show is. Okay, so this is actually not the August family. This is another family, part of the October, July, January, and April, or the Jewish month of the 7th, 1st, and the 4th, and the 10th together in the same family. But this is the other one I actually wanted to show is cross C. Say cross C, actually that's pointing to the 11th month. So it's in the same family with the 8th and the 5th and the 2nd, and right now we're hitting at 5 o'clock, which is August. So August is actually in the same family as what I showed, pointing to Norway. That's 11th month. It's also interesting that the 26th actually, 26 is actually like the end or the this highlight. See, I do believe it's a marker. Markers everywhere, but I do believe that there's like a reason for like as to why things are in that way. And so anyway, so I just close this up and I go to the quadrant highlight first. The quadrant highlight, this is 17 and 20, And actually, there's a reason why right now this year is 2017 and is actually equal to 2020 and on the clock, and therefore we could see 2017 is 1717 because it's equalized by quadrant and quadrant, and 1717 is also for the sevens because 1 is a 7. We can see that's a line over here, and to that is actually is divided into half and half of the Jewish calendar of the first and the 7th month. This on T Street to Ada, and just goes half and half, and therefore it also around, like over here we could see that the black like the sections of the clock in an hour. In the hour section, we can see they're just 6 sections because the Jewish, they got like 2 new years, therefore it's divided into half and half together. So okay, so actually the main point I actually want to show about the pointers of the God's clock, because that is like I think that is very important right now with this one, and it's very really important, and I was pretty mind blown about that. And so I'm just I definitely believe that it's only the Holy Spirit whom I could be able to see that, because I would never be able to get into seeing this without the God's Holy Spirit. And so in the chart I will later show about as to why the coming 25th and 26th of August would be house time in 2017. And but like, cause I mean, like, when I say a certain speculation, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know what I know, and I know exactly what I've been guided into. And like even though it seems a novel method of seeing like how the calendars work, but once again that is actually the timing, it just not like straight across, but it's I mean, like, it's not, I mean, the time is not what man sees time, and it's different when we see through the clock. But right now, I think it's good to like zoom in and just see that actually the Passover. We know that the Passover is very important, and we can see that the highlight, there's actually 2 pointers of the clock, and the 2 pointers is the land of Israel and the Red Sea Passover. You can see that the land of Israel is the centerpiece of the God's clock, because Israel's gauge is the land of God, and it must be used as the main measure, where the clock will be based on the land of Israel, and where you can see that actually the earth is the face of the clock, and it just has to be located in the land of Israel, because that's like, it always has to go back to the Jewish perspective of things to see the complete picture. So right now, we can see that the land of Israel, the Red Sea Passover being the 2 places of the clock. So a normal clock there's also pointers, but on here, the geographical locations are the pointers of the clock, and the Passover Red Sea is actually pointing, as what I explained before, is pointing to like the second section, or the 8th section, like the 8 or the, I mean the second section of the clock that refers to the 2nd month or the 8th month of 2017. Because the Red Sea Passover is in the 2017 section, and as we know that the coming 6 seals and the 3 days of darkness is a type of the Passover, because there's gonna be many you're gonna be saved during that time, but like anyway, so Passover is very important because it represents our redemption and salvation, and the Lamb of God, the salvation on the cross. So it's very important to see the Passover as our gauge as well, and it's pointing to a really specific section actually. It points within 2017. It's not only that, but also points towards the second section that represents the 8th, or the second month. So that's actually August fulfills the 8th by the where it is pointing. So definitely August still remains as the highest time in this year in 2017. So it's interesting to see that the Passover actually it's actually stuck together with the land of Israel. Like, even though it seems like a separate kind of thing, but it seems like they're connected. So it seems like the meaning of the Passover, like pointing to August 2017, is also linked up with the land of Israel. And the land of Israel also reminded me about the birth of Israel that was in 1948, the 14th of May, and also later the 5th. And definitely that's a very high wage. I mean, that's definitely a measure, marker. So it's interesting to see the 1948 is actually, I think, would be I think that's actually in 2017. If it's going back to 1948, where the land of Israel, well, like, I mean, when Israel became a nation, during that time, so getting by the golden rule of 3 is actually connected to 2017 this year with 1948. Actually, I made like a family data, 2018, 2017, 2016, and just it goes on a marker what happened on like the markers that happen in certain year. This so it just belongs to like a certain family. There's 3 families, and so just go back by 3, and we can see, for instance, that well, except for 1948 belonged to 2017 family, but also 2001 the 9/11 attack belongs to 2016 family, but we're still in 2016 because of the Hebrew year that consists of both 2016 and 2017 together, and explained before this is sabbatical code, and so 2016 is also very important. So here I actually wanted to I wanted to show about the land of Israel is played to between 6 and 7 o'clock, and so that's a transformation code. The 67th and the 6 represent the number of men, 7 represents like it's a God's number, and it's also representing the perfected state, and the 6 is the fallen state, and so it's like C7. It's also interesting because is in 6 o'clock, and that's Elul. So that's Elul 6 and Elul 7, which is June 6 and June 7, Pentecost. So 167, and so it's actually hinting about the Pentecost, with the land of Israel pointing to the Passover Sea, and also there are also 2 lines. One is about the line between Israel and the Red Sea. The other line, it's is touching on the 11 o'clock line, the green line over here. So that was so it's interesting because I don't know whether I've explained before about Genesis 7 that I do like a calculation. Genesis 7, it point about 20, 40 and 150 degrees, and the relationship together, and so it's interesting to see that actually November direction going towards this line is actually going backward to August at 150 degrees, and that's actually it's like hinting about using the identity of November into the time of August. And I can see that makes sense because the time of November, that reminded me about the Comet Eye song occurred in 2013. And right now, 2016 and 2017 walk simultaneously. And 2016 belongs to 2013 and going backward goes by 3. And see, so I believe that that could be part of what was referring about. And definitely 2016 November during that time, but you will see a lot of other stuff that happened during that time. During that time that Donald Trump was elected president of America, it was also I think it was also around the time of the peace deal or something, but and also the supermoon that occurred on the 14th of November last year in 2016, and that was also a really, really huge marker as well. And also because 11 the 26th, just before I shared about Norway, that's like the cosmic marker, I believe. And say 11 November 26th, this is 826 as well, because this is in the same family. Well, just in trying to show that the time in August, which is right now, is some very, very high time, and I do believe that according to the first human delay I was explained before, pushing from September to October on the 6 to 7 o'clock. I think it has to be done that way because it's to be used to maintain 5777. I just couldn't see that 5778 as anything sabbatical about that, because that's gonna be 2017 and 2018. That's not gonna be 2016 and 2017 together. So and that's why I tried my best to maintain, no matter what, to maintain this Hebrew year 5777, because the sabbatical code. So, if it's the first human delay, it's gonna be the 20th of October. It somehow reminded me about the 20th of January, where Donald Trump was in office back in 2017, and we know that Trump represents the Trump of God in the Bible. It's ironically that the new delayed on the 20th of October, starting History 1 around the time. I do believe, well, that's actually in the same family with January, so it's actually equal as the 20th of January, and it's like the 20th of October. It's kind of like a deadline in the Rapture, I suppose. As a date speculation, it's not like a date setting or whatever that is, because I could only say it's a huge possibility, but never would I say that must be it, because that would say that well, I just find that that's not what I'm supposed to do. Like, I wouldn't say that must be it, because I only say that's a huge possibility. But like, if it's, well, we go by the 3 days rule, 4 days rule, and just as the biblical pattern of the 3 days the burial, 40 days the ministry of Christ before the ascension. So actually, just going by the measure 3 and 40, so it actually lands if the first co-transformation be on 25th and 26th into the time zone, then that's gonna land on a 40 days afterwards. That would be around the time of 7th of October to 20th of October, Rapture boundary. And so once again, that's in speculation and by no means state setting of anything. But anyways, I was pretty amazed about Bilad, and I just couldn't believe it because it just it makes perfect sense when I've been trying to see the calendars. So actually, when multiple witnesses like confirm each other, and then you would find that like when they confirm to each other with multiple witnesses as being feasible, then I think that would be really how which in the coming 25th and 26th of August of 2017. So that's gonna be on a Friday and Saturday, and that's gonna be a Jewish suburb. It's gonna be the 4th Saturday and 4th Sunday of the Jewish calendar. It makes up as 6666 to 7777. The transition code, once again, is a sabbatical transition. What I want to say is, first of all, we have to walk 2016 and 2017 together simultaneously, because that's the sabbatical code is 67. I know that we're in 2017, but 2016 also must be referenced at the same time, and I do believe it is very important because it belonged to 2001 family. That's when 9/11 attack occurred, and many have said that 9/11 is the date of the birth of Christ, and that's definitely what I call the core station of everything. And where there are lots of substations, like you go in a train network, there's a city and then the towns, and the city is like the core station where everything connects in that place, and the towns is like the substations, where the train like just connects to the city. The city, I see that as like 9/11 time frame. Actually, a perpetual set reference of the time frame for like the from the 6th seal event to correct Exodus 24, the 6 days and 7 day rule, the time frame on the 6th seal, and 3 days of darkness. I do believe that's actually being a set reference back in 2001, and it can only be connected to 2016, or it could also go by the months as well. So the month of 2016 is actually the 4th, the 7th, the 1st, and the 10th one. So that's also how it connects back to 2001. It just goes back by 3, and so First of all, I wanted to say, it's not really like goes by 3 of the backward forward method. It also goes by 3 of the calendars, so how we use the keys of Jesus, the keys of Enoch, the keys of Elijah. And it's actually the 3 keys represent the Jewish calendar, the Enoch calendar, who's the father of time, the Enoch calendar, even though many have ignored the use of the Enoch calendar, but actually is actually a calendar that proved time and time again that it's always makes perfect alignment of the dates. And Elijah's calendar, so we're using the 3 calendars, and it's interesting to see the 2016 on the 25th to 26th gonna be F21 and F22. Enoch's gonna be 11 to 12, and Elijah gonna be 23rd and 24th. So 2017 it's gonna be on if it's gonna be 25th, then the 3 days darkness gonna start on the 28th of August, and that will be really interesting because it goes back to Comet Ice and Art Marker. The 28th of November is actually as the 28th of August. So that's 2013 or 2016, and that's how possible 2017. And with the F22, that well, that's a really huge marker because that's the 5th month of the Jewish calendar, 522, and that's a very huge marker because that's May 22nd. By Enoch's calendar, May 22nd and May 21st is actually Pentecost. Pentecost at around 6 and 7 by Enoch's calendar. It's actually going back to the 5th to the 6th of August. And May 22, the greatest earthquake in history that happened in Chile back in 1960. And I do believe that's actually a marker for the coming major California earthquake that will kick off the first core transformation. So F22 actually being on this date is, I do believe, very, very, very huge. So that's why the 25th to the 26th will always seem to be another speculation of the Cody transformation. And 1960, I'm trying to see like the family, the time of the earthquake. It's actually, I think it was 2017, in the same family in 2017, with 1960. So that actually was the year that the 22nd of May of the earthquake that occurred. So we're in 2017, and see it's just linked up together. But when there are multiple witnesses confirming the time, then it just reduced the amount of doubt that I have about the significance of the 21st and 22nd of F. as well you see over here, because there are also other witnesses, Elite 11 and Elite 12. Elite 11 is actually 9/11, September 11. Well, it's actually the 6th month. Elite is the 6th month of, Elite is the 6th month of the Jewish calendar, but it's also equal to September because they're in the same family. You remember the God's clock I showed about the crosses, and you can see that there are 3 crosses, and 6 is to 12 is to 9 is to 3. And just before I said about the family of October, and family August would be 8 to 11 to 2 to 5. Early 11 is September 11, so that's very, very, very huge as well. Because it's also Enoch's calendar, which is even like it just a lot. It just confirms a lot more when it's Enoch's calendar, because I do believe that Enoch's calendar is it's a very significant it's very significant for us to use. And Elul 14 would be the 14th of September of 2001. Elul 17 would be September 17. But see how ironic it is that it even echoes back to Elul 23, Elul 26, Elul 29. Is actually exactly the pattern of what occurred in 2001. Well, back in the Jewish calendar, it also was Elul 23, it was also Elul 26, it was also Elul 29, it was also 9/11, 9/40, 9/17, and being on the same timing. That's pretty ironic, and it just confirming us to about F31 and F22, being as the time Pentecost according to the location of Enoch's calendar position in the 22nd of May and 31st of May. So even though the 9/11 is also is equally seen as Elul 11, Elul 14, Elul 17. So actually there's just a lot more to explain, but you can download a chart in like the link below, but as in but I just want to say that it's really interesting also. If it's gotta be on a 29 in the Southern Hemisphere time zone, while the Northern Hemisphere on a 38, then the 29 gonna be equal to the 29 of May. Mount Everest, the first summit to the top of the mountain, which is the highest mountain in the world, representing the exaltation of the bride, because the scripture said that those who humble themselves shall be exalted, and that's what exactly the coming judgment is gonna be for. It's gonna abase the world, but exalt the bride. And ironically, August, the meaning of August is also means exaltation. So August 29 is also the 29th of May, and the ascension of the Mount Everest was, I think that was 1953, and it's actually leading back to the 2016 I believe. Say that's 2016 of the 29 of August. This is 29 of May. So even EU15 is actually the IDs of March, because EU15 is also going backward. That's about 15 is in the same family. So IDs of March. I think IDs of March, that's actually not only 15, is also 13 to 15. So EU 14 being on EU28 is also part of the IDs of March, and EU 14 is also Citizen Van 14 as well. So anyways, just want to stop here, but just I do believe that like in around 7 days away, I do believe it's gonna be another really hard time. Like, I know there's gonna be a total solar eclipse on the 21st, and definitely a huge marker. Also to say about the August like time frame, but once again, markers are everywhere, and even though if it's past, but it could also, it could like reference back to the present time, where markers in the past, markers in the future. And so anyways, I'm gonna stop here, and thank you for listening to here today.